Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel, and this is your video on my reaction. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I know he got sacked about 7-8 hours ago, but I just found out about 30 minutes ago. I scroll through Twitter, that's the first thing I see, Tuchel sacked. I'm thinking, what? And yeah, sacked. First of all, well done to the players. Let's give a round of applause to the players. Well done. Great job. You won again. You're happy now? You won again. Hopefully they can fuck off within the next year or so, because I'm tired of this. I've had time to think. Will I lose my head at one point? Potentially. But I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try look at this from both ways, I guess. Let's start off with the fact that for me, was this the right decision? No. In my opinion, it wasn't. But at the same time, when I look at it from Bowley's perspective, I'm starting to think to myself, did something go down at the bridge? Did something go down at Cobham? Was there disagreement? Were the media lying about their relationship? Was it as close as people thought? Because now all the reports are coming out. Now Fabrizio Romano, Nizar Kinsella, all the media outlets, they're coming out now with stories about Anthony Gordon, about how this was probably coming since the 4-0 loss to Arsenal, how they had disagreements. And it's like, I just think to myself, if in the back of your mind, you thought, if Chelsea don't have a good start to the season, then I'm going to sack this manager, then why would you back him in the first place? Why would you give him £270 million to spend? Why? Just why? Why is it that we've gone from around a month ago, less, there were talks about him getting a new contract, to now him getting sacked? Why is it that if this was in the back of your mind, why let certain players go? Why didn't you bring in some of your own players? Why? Without his own accord. At the end of the day, you're the owner, it's your money. Apparently you wanted Gordon because the data said Gordon would be a good player for us, and Tuchel didn't want him. Well, if you're that confident, you should have just got him then, shouldn't you? You should have just got him. You should have just got him then, if you're that confident. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he'd be patient. I thought he wouldn't be another Roman, but it looks like we do have another Roman. And this can be good, but also this can be bad. Because now it feels like we could go back to not having stability for the next 10 years or so. But at the same time, you will always know that we will probably bring in quality players and we'll bring in a lot of money. Now, if you was to base Thomas Tuchel's time here at Chelsea, would you say he deserved to get sacked? Probably not. I think he had 100 games for us. I think he won about 60 of them, 24 draws, 16 losses. That's not a bad record at all. That's actually a really good record. He won us the Champions League, got us to the Super Cup, obviously won that, won the Club World Cup. And yeah, this start of the season was awful. Yeah, there was no style of play. But it's been proven in the past, yeah, that if you just stick with your manager, regardless of how it's going, there can be a light at the end of the tunnel. For example, look at Mikel Arteta. A manager I don't even rate like that. But he's starting to prove a lot of people wrong. Back when he was finishing 8th back-to-back, and, you know, at one point, nearly Christmas time, they were 15th. The owners stuck with him. They kept on backing him. And now Arsenal have been doing well recently, despite the loss to Manchester United. Let's see how their season goes. And let's see if those owners were justified by keeping Arteta. So I could be wrong in even using that as an example, to be fair. I just think to myself, with Thomas Tuchel, a manager that clearly loved this club, a manager that clearly wanted to do so well here, still had so much to give, he feels like. Still had achievements to achieve. The fact that during the sanctions, I said it in my video last night, he was not only our coach, our manager, he was also our spokesperson. He was also the politician of this football club. You know? Everything outside of football, he had to basically do. Yeah? Talking about if I have to travel on bus, we'll travel on bus. And I'll be the driver on a 5-seater bus. I just think to myself, apparently the seniors were not happy with him. And I'm thinking to myself, which seniors would not be happy with Tuchel? Who? So I'm thinking to myself, who? It can't be Azpilicueta. Because if Azpilicueta was not happy with Tuchel, why would he have signed the contract? There's absolutely no chance in this world that Azpilicueta signs that new contract if Tuchel wasn't here. Yeah, there's been pictures actually recently of Chelsea players driving their cars. Some look pissed off, like Azpilicueta. Sterling looks disappointed. Kai looks disappointed. And then there's some that were happy. Mason Mount, smiling. I bet Pulisic was smiling. I definitely bet Ziyech was smiling too. It looks like he did lose the dressing room. It looks like the relationship with Todd Bowley wasn't as good as we thought it was. We thought we might have stability. We might have a plan, a structure for the first time ever. But that's not the case, guys. And this is life. I'm not going to lie, this is life. This was my take 2 of this video because in the first one, I'd completely lost my head acting like a 5-year-old child. This time, I just needed to just grow up a little bit and just analyze it from every angle possible. Because when you look at it, Tuchel himself, you know, I would say ever since the sanctions came in, I would say mainly then, he hasn't looked himself. He just hasn't. When you compare his 2022 compared to his 2021, it's 2 completely different Thomas Tuchels. The 2021 version was a happy, energetic, motivated Thomas Tuchel that had just been sacked from his PSG job and came to Chelsea with a point to prove, you know? Won the Champions League in every game. When he was pissed off, he let the players know. Got up from his seat, telling players what to do. You have to be here, you have to be there. Motivated, tactically telling them what to do. Having confidence in himself, believing in himself. The vibes were good. The wins we were getting. The players, all of them loving him. And I genuinely thought for the first time, we actually might have a manager here that everyone likes. That everybody actually likes. Because his man management normally, when you look at it from 2021 at least, was really good. He treated every player with respect. He was honest with every player. He kept it real. Tactically fantastic, so the players couldn't complain like that. And then 2022, just as from April onwards, the rocky form, in and out. Just as the beginning of the season starts, 4-0 to Arsenal, poor away game at Everton, losing 3-0 to Leeds, losing away to Dynamo, losing to Southampton, poor games at Stamford Bridge against Leicester City and West Ham, getting lucky. Now all of a sudden, Tuchel, he's a frown of himself. All of a sudden, when he's pissed off, he doesn't let them know anymore. Most of the time, he just sits on his bench. Just stood there, probably complaining most of the time. He's not motivated. He's not animated. He's not energetic. It's clearly he's not happy despite being backed. But then now I go back to that question again. If Tuchel is like this, and if Bowley, in his mind, thought you might get sacked soon if things don't go well, why back him? Why? Why? It doesn't make sense. It makes no logical sense. Why you back him? You thought he was one of the best coaches in the world when you came in originally. Now, you thought, oh yeah, let's sack him. Despite bringing in Aubameyang, which is his player. How does he feel now? He's probably either pissed off or he doesn't care because he just wanted to come back into the Premier League in general. How does Sterling feel? How does Raheem feel? A player that I did not want. But I'm pretty sure he came to this club because of Tuchel. Because people don't remember this, but Raheem Sterling's original plan was to run down his contract at Man City and then achieve his dream by going to Europe. Now Tuchel is sacked. I wonder how Reece James feels. A player who had a close relationship with him. Ben Chilwell, Cucurella, Koulibaly, Wesley Fofana, Azpilicueta, Edouard Mendy. Nah, but don't worry. Pissed off players like probably Pulisic, Ziyech, even Mason Mount, the absolute youth. We'll get into manager candidates in a second. But let me not speak. Who else was unhappy with it? I'm going to guess. So Pulisic, Ziyech, Mason, okay. Who else is there? I would say maybe potentially a Kepa? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe he saw Mendy's form, thought he deserved to play, and he wasn't happy about it, maybe. Maybe that's it. Maybe Kepa could be one of them. I know Alonso definitely, before he left, wasn't happy with Tuchel, and definitely was against him at one point. I wonder how Thiago Silva feels as well. A man that, once again, knows he got let down. Got let down again by another club, by sacking Tuchel, by getting rid of him. At PSG, Tuchel wanted to keep Thiago Silva. And Thiago Silva wanted to stay. But PSG said, nah, you got to go. And then Tuchel joins him. Thiago Silva gives everything on that pitch. Thiago Silva in every single game gave everything, bro. Everything. And he's 38 this month. I'm sick of player power in general. I'm not happy that he's sacked. But you need to start looking at the reasons why he was sacked. Whether they make sense to you or not, we need to start looking at the reasons why. The one thing that's really bothering me, that out of everything, is why give him £273 million to spend? Why? Why let him control the transfer window? Now I'm even more pissed. I'm actually more pissed off that certain players have left, certain players have stayed, and I'm even more pissed off that certain players have come in. Because I didn't want Sterling at this club. I didn't want Billy Gilmore to leave. Now the Aubameyang signing feels useless. It feels useless. Because I feel like most fans accepted Aubameyang because of Tuchel. Anyway, I'd like to say, lastly, thank you, Tuchel. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for your funny press conferences. Thank you for the Champions League. Thank you for proving a lot of people wrong when you originally came in, and to be proving to be one of the best coaches in the world, and you still are. Thank you so much. I genuinely thought we had an opportunity to build a dynasty with him. But God said no. And you know what? It is what it is, guys. We need to move on. In terms of the candidates, Pochettino. Look, I'm seeing a lot of people say no to Poch, yeah? And I find that hilarious. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you why I find that hilarious. Because when Frank Lampard got sacked, a lot of this fan base, the same fan base, were pissed off that Pochettino had just joined PSG because they wanted him. Ain't that funny? Ain't that actually funny? They wanted Pochettino when Frank Lampard got sacked, but because he was ready at PSG, we couldn't acquire him. And more people are actually pissed off that we got Tuchel. Can you imagine that? And now they don't want Pochettino. Why? Why? I get at Spurs, he didn't. I know at Spurs he didn't win trophies, but when you actually look at his time over Spurs in terms of the way they played football, in terms of the way, in terms of Poch's tactics, in terms of just style of play, etc., etc., and what he achieved with limited, very limited resources as well, because Daniel Levy refused to sign. Look, when you forget when except for the trophies not being won, he done a good job, guys. So I'm not saying no to Pochettino personally, but at the same time, because of this candidate I'm about to talk about, I am gonna say no to Pochettino, and that's Graham Potter. Get me Graham Potter. I'd have liked a Zidane who's available, but hey, he's not, is he? But apparently Brighton have allowed us to talk to Potter. And it looks like they're going to have dinner. And it looks like it's probably going to happen. Me personally, I'm 100% taking Graham Potter. But I must stress this to Todd and everybody. I must stress this. Because I look at his time over at Brighton. And they've had some bad periods. Yeah. There was one point during his spell, yeah, where they went 11 games not winning. And I'm pretty sure they went a spell last season where like they just were not winning. They were just losing or drawing every single time. With Potter, I must stress this to Todd, the fans, everyone. This is going to be a process. And you have to trust this one. Because his football takes time to adapt to. But because we should have a quality squad full of quality players, I hope that they bedding well to style, etc., etc. I think Potter's one of those managers that makes players even better. I think his style of football is one of the best to watch in the Premier League. You've seen what he's done with that Brighton team, with so many mid players like Danny Welbeck balling out. You've got flipping Trossard. You've got, Basuma when he was there, balled out. He's not mid though, is he? Cucurella when he was there, balled out. Solly March, a right wing back, is balling out. You saw the centre backs balling out. Tariq Lamptey balling out. McAllister balling out. Like them as a team just ball out. It's just their problem has always been in front of goal, because defensively they've actually always really been alright. They've been solid. And their style of play is just better than most teams, and they're really entertaining to watch. So, hey, if we're gonna take Potter, we take Potter. But yeah, that's it, guys. I can't believe it still. Tuchel gone. I had such a busy day today, and found this out literally 30 minutes ago whilst recording it. Honestly. I didn't think we'd find a more ruthless manager than Roman ever again, But Todd is here. And this sacking sort of reminds me of Mourinho. In 06-07, it must have been. Yeah, I think it was after 7 games as well, Or was it 8 games? I'm not quite sure, but hey. With Potter, I guess Anthony Barry's going to take charge. We've got Fulham away and then Liverpool at home. Hopefully we get a manager in for Liverpool. And then after Liverpool, it's the international break. So whoever the manager is then will have time with the squad to at least, fully get in his style of play. But new era, same bullshit. Anyway, I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Yeah. Peace.